So the name of the show is Improbable Metropolis. The idea of it is that it's sort of based on my experience of having relocated to Las Vegas within the last about 14, 15 months now. And the notion that I'm living in this city, which is just fascinating. It's teeming with a lot of different cultures. There's high culture with the Smith Center, you get the Strip, you get all these different kinds of cultures kind of coming together in Las Vegas. But it's also in the middle of a desert, which is probably the worst place you can put a teeming, thriving kind of city, because you have all these ecological issues of water and power and everything. And so for me, it's really improbable that this whole thing exists. Since I was a little kid, the way that I make sense of things that I don't understand is to build a model or a miniature. I'm in this place now, I don't necessarily understand it. The way that I make sense of it is to build it, to build this. I hesitate to call it a miniature, but it's kind of what it is anyway. So that's kind of where it came from. You know, you look at the stratosphere and it is very Vegas. You look at some of these other structures and they're unique to this city. The crane is not. But the crane also has its own kind of symbolism. The crane for me in the piece is a symbol of hope, of the future, of the fact that we've come through these really rough times and we're starting to see a resurgence. We're seeing people coming back to Vegas. We're seeing property values start to go up. We're seeing more and more construction on the Strip. Well, I wanted it to be kind of rough because one of my ideas with this project was it was meant to be sort of a combination of the aesthetics of northern Nevada and some of the ghost towns and the mining history that Nevada has versus this really glitzy, flashy kind of southern Nevada, Las Vegas Strip tourism industry. And so by mashing those together, I'm kind of talking about this boom and bust cycle that Nevada has in some cases really embraced throughout its history. Well, one thing would be the stratosphere that I have in there. That the tower that you see on the stratosphere is actually the second one that I built. The first one, I got my measurements off, I got my proportions off. It was an absolute disaster. It's standing up in the yard of the sculpture studio at UNLV if anybody goes by and sees it. And then the top part of it, the sort of observation deck, I built that 3 times. This idea of what is acceptable as far as sloppiness, that there is that kind of built-in roughness and drippiness and you know, in some ways just bad cutting and things like that, but then I rebuilt this thing multiple times to get it the way that I wanted. So it's this weird balance. I'm curious if anything that we see here is still going to be there, and if it is, what form it's going to be in. For a long time it was gambling, for a while it was family-friendly entertainment, and now you're seeing all these giant arenas being built on the Strip. So I kind of see that as where it's going. I'm curious if we're going to see any more of the really massive kind of mega resorts. All right, so my name is Dave Rowe. I'm an assistant professor at University of Nevada, Las Vegas. I'm also a local sculptor. Behind me you can see is my show. This is the show titled The Improbable Metropolis. It's on display here at the Clark County Government Center until from now until November 15th. Friday night, October 10th, I'm giving a lecture at 6:30, and I really invite all of you to come out and see it. So thank you.